Hello everyone, welcome to this video. My name is Esco, a Chinese and English bilingual. Today, this video I want to talk about the economy of China. The topic is 2025 will be tougher for Chinese. Right now, I'm inside a small town called Pulianji. This is the town center. Let me show you around. This is the center of the town. Over there, you can see a stone tower and a stone house, two statues. Over there, it's a food market. Now the time is about 6 p.m. You can see a lot of people, they are buying food, they're buying snacks for their dinner. Let me talk about this topic while I'm showing you the lively scenes, the street scenes here. So, like as the topic said, 2025 will be tougher than Chinese. Now, some people may say like, "Oh, Esco, you are being too pessimistic," all right? But actually, I hope China's economy will be better more than anybody else, because I'm Chinese and I live here. You know, a good economy will be good for me, right? But I cannot sugarcoat it, right? I have to tell you the truth. It is what it is. And I have several, I can experience from my, personal experience. I can get the whole picture from what other people say, from what I see, from people around me, from what I hear online, and from the news, right? I have several. And there are a lot of indicators. There are a lot of indicators for me, right? Let's first, right now my job is my income is mainly from like driving DD, and sometimes I have some other gigs like teaching people English, and sometimes I teach foreigners Chinese. But I haven't given up on looking for a full-time job. This year, when I log on to Boss Zhipin is the app that most people use to find a job. For like international sales, for like wood products exports jobs. First, there are less jobs like here, because this place is they have a lot of factories exporting wood crafts to other countries, to Amazon sellers. Mostly here most of the factories here are small. But the job I see, the pay they provide is nowadays even below 3,000 yuan. But hasn't been the case before. Like 2 years ago, the same job they offer more than 3,000 yuan, like 3,500. But now, quite a lot of these companies are offering less than 3,000, and second, less and less companies are hiring. When I go to the job description, I see this account has not been active for like at least half a year. So this job has been up for like a lot of time, but the boss hasn't, log on to this app for a while, because that means they are not actually hiring. Like 3,000 yuan, I wouldn't do it. Like even I drive DD, I drive DD and teach English, I can make more than 3,000 yuan on my own. There isn't a lot of jobs, and even if there are jobs, the pay is not so good. That's an indicator, right? The Chinese economy is not doing well. Another thing, during the Chinese New Year, we get together, family, extensive families. One of my relative, he worked for design company that design drawings for小区, for property developers. Now, when the housing sector is doing good before, he could earn a lot. But now, as homes are not, as houses, as apartments are not selling, he's only earning a third of what he used to earn. Now he earns like 6,000 yuan in a big city, right? He can't. This is not enough for his mortgage and for his living expenses. 5 years ago, when the housing market is booming, he bought his second home. Now, not only his second home has dropped sharply in value, his pay is only a third of what he used to earn. So it's double whammy. It's double Q. He has turned to his father for help. 6,000 yuan, and his wife is not earning a lot. He's 6,000 yuan, and he has to pay the mortgage and the monthly, living expenses plus, expenses for his 2 children. That's a lot. 6,000, and his wife's income cannot cover this, right? And this is not an individual thing. It's across China. Many firms, they are now cutting jobs. The pay is less than before. Another sign. I drive for Didi, the pay is less than before. Like, for example, it's not just Didi. We have several different apps that, we have Gaode, Huaxiaozhu, and some other apps. The starting price now has dropped than before. The pay per mile is less than before. The pay per kilometer is less than before. And even though you have a lot of people, they are coming to this sector because they are out of jobs. They cannot find other jobs to do, so they do this. In China, we have 3 jobs that for the unemployed or for the not fully employed people. One is like driving Uber, Didi, stuff like that. Another is like delivering food. And earlier, I did some of that during my spare time. And in this small county, can you believe this? The starting price for delivering a meal is 3.5 Chinese yuan. So even if you deliver 40 meals a day, you can earn for 100 yuan. And most people, they cannot deliver 40 meals. 2.5 yuan for less than 2 kilometers delivery. In Heze, which is a city, I tried in that city. That city is not far from here, and the starting price is 3.5 yuan. And a few days ago, I tried in the daytime. I worked for 8 hours, and it's only 50 yuan. So I didn't continue. we have here in China, we have Huolala, Huolala, which is like a freight platform where people can order trucks once to move stuff, to move to move your house, to send some products, right? You can order a one there. This year, from what I learned, mostly the rate is like 1 yuan per kilometer. For example, if you want to send 3 cubic meter goods from this place to that place, which is about 100 kilometers, you only have to pay 100 yuan. So that the rate is so cheap that traditionally few ones are not profitable. People, a lot of truck drivers, they now use one driver. They now use electric cars because it's cheaper, and also the rate is so cheap. That tell you that a lot of factories are not producing enough goods for people to ship, right? And it's happening across China. Another thing that is already happening, tariffs, right? America will have probably now is having 20% more in tariff on Chinese goods. Think about it. My business, my job before, we export wood products to America. Now, if they give us a 20% hike, it will make our products less competitive, right? So that's another thing that is not good for the Chinese economy. I can go on like a lot of things. I don't want to sound too pessimistic, but it is what it is. I have to tell you the truth. I'm more than most of the people. I want Chinese economy to be good, but there are some highlights, like maybe AI, DeepSeek, maybe electric cars. But AI, they doesn't hire a lot of people. Instead, they replace people. For example, like AI translation. I used to translate documents, but now very rarely people ask me to translate, because now machine translation is quite more accurate than before. What else? If you I have read some news about the people applying for government jobs here in Shandong province. For example, if there's one government job, there will be like around 60 people applying for it. That's how crazy the job market is. The best jobs here are government jobs. It's not like this before. Before, like 15 years ago, 20 years ago, the best jobs people for the best elites are like big companies, whether it's Chinese companies or foreign companies. Foreign companies, they provide better compensations for young graduates. But now, If you ask a Chinese graduate what is their dream job is government job. Why? Because it's stable, and it pays. The pay is not the highest, but it's a stable job. It means that after you can work it for 10 years, 20 years until retire. But if you work for private companies, you might lose your job one day. Okay, that is what I have to say for this video. Thanks for watching. See you next time.